Everyone, what's up? I am here with the new series on the channel. We are going to be running Lucha Underground. It is May 2020 in the save, and I felt that this promotion had big success in the making, and as we know, it did fall under. I have hired the roster and everything is already set. We are ready to jump into this first episode of the show. Let's get the ball rolling. And we are live right now with Lucha Underground. We start off the show with the screen opening up and Dario standing in the middle of the ring where he talks to the crowd and says, "Welcome everyone to Lucha Underground." I know everyone must be asking how we have returned after the gang stole the Gauntlet of the Gods. Well, this temple stands on more than just a gauntlet. This temple will live forever. Now, many of our fighters have ran with their tails between their legs, but for those brave souls who remain in the back, I promise you will receive riches and fame for your bravery. Now let's get this show on the road. It's time to Lucha! So this introduces Dario coming back. He has reopened the temple without fear of this gang, which if you remember was Stu Bennett, Jake Hager, and all of them the back to Lino after they took the title and the gift of the gods. We hit off with the opener where Mil Muertes defeats the newcomer Aaron Aguila by submission with a sharpshooter. Match was alright, 36, not terrible. It had decent reaction from the crowd and everything. So Mil has returned to the temple and Aaron kind of just got killed. Then we get Katrina steps to the ring with a mic and she says this temple grows in light on the return. However, Mil and I have not forgotten the people who've turned on the darkness. We promise that as long as we stand in the middle of this ring, the darkness will always triumph over the light. And Mil lets off a mighty roar. It shakes the screen and the lights go out. And when they come back on, the two have vanished. 40. I'm pretty happy with that. Katrina did a masterful job at improving. Next up, we have our next Lucha match where Paul London defeats Magano with a shooting star press. It had decent wrestling and little heat. Paul London has returned to the temple, and Magano sets in on Dario with his back to the camera as the door opens and closes to his office. Dario, I did not expect to see you show your face in this company ever again after what happened to you in Mexico. It goes silent as the camera turns with his chair and we see Sexy Star stand in front of him. Sexy Star says, "Well, you did promise riches to the fighters who return to the temple. It's time to pay up, Dario. Don't waste my time." We see Sexy Star has a new sort of attitude to her after what happened in Mexico and her being basically blacklisted from all wrestling. Dario says, "Yes, I did promise that anyone. Now, didn't I?" Dario places the stack of money on the table before Sexy Star can grab it, he pulls it back, and Dario turns and says, "However, I did not say they wouldn't have to earn it. So next week you will fight a newcomer to my temple. However, this temple courses through her blood. I think we'll have you two fight in a Stairway to the Heavens match for your money. Maybe this will teach you, Sexy Star, to watch out for who you demand things from." So we will have a debut to the temple next week, as this match is going to be set in. Sexy Star will fight this newcomer next week in a Stairway to the Heavens, which is going to be a ladder match between the two with the money suspended above the ring. 45 is not too bad. Next up, we have our main event of the evening, a 54, not bad, where the return we see of Sammy Guevara, Willie Mack, and Angelico, as Angelico defeats the other two. Gimmicks, not too good. Sammy did good with a Spanish god. And Angelico pinned the Mac. And then, as the match comes to an end, the roar of the crowd is heard. The camera pans out to the outside entrance, where someone in a hood walks up and is stopped by security. The security says, "Halt! No one shall enter the temple without proper permission from Dario himself." The hooded man immediately grabs the guard and slams him headfirst into the steel doors repeatedly until the guard is bleeding and unconscious on the ground. this, and then we go here. The hooded man looks at the blood on his hand and wipes it on his face. And as he puts his hand down, picks up his head and removes the hood, as the fans are shown to a familiar face as the show goes off the air. And just like that, we have the debut of Eric Young coming to Lucha Underground. Let's finish this up. We increased to 20 regions and we got a 54. Not too bad for the debut. We finished off strong with that 70. The mill match fell just a little under par, but we finished the show with a 54. I want to thank you all for watching. Please leave a like down below. It really helps continue the series. And I will see you all next time.